Smiley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Tuesday, March 7th. So welcome to a major energetic day. We have the full moon taking place in Virgo energy, the last full moon of the old calendar, and we have Saturn, the Lord of Karma, shifting into Pisces energy. This is a doozy of a day. The energy has been building, very palpable, very noticeable as we kind of get closer and closer to this major shift. Now, full moons, we are feeling the emotions intensified, definitely amplified. Take a listen to the astro forecast that I put out for this full moon event so that you have a better idea of what's going on. Download your moon guide. Wrap this old calendar up and start fresh with a new clean slate that we are currently being presented with as we enter into a brand new karmic chapter. Saturn being at that 29th degree for the last week or so as we approach this monumental shift into Pisces energy, we're definitely going to be feeling the shift there as well. And because these two major events take place within an hour of each other, you best believe that we are open to feeling the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between, and likely cycling through the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between multiple times here today. A lot of pressure in the head. It is a Mercury ruled full moon. So we do have to understand that there's rapid processing going on. Our lower level intellect constantly trying to make sense of the emotions, of the thoughts, of the dreams, of the visions that we're getting. And of course, there's so much going on in our unconscious selves behind the curtain, if you will, that there is a certain element that we will never be able to make sense of. Especially not yet. We have a little bit more time before some of those behind the curtain events will actually manifest and actually be seen. So there are 10 different aspects here today. 9 of them involve the moon. That one that doesn't involve the moon involves Saturn moving into Pisces. Take a listen to that astro forecast as well. So the moon making a very awkward interaction with Mr. Jupiter, the planet of growth, expansion, beliefs, abundance, and blessings. He also represents our spiritual wisdom. This is an awkward interaction. We have a choice point where we are trying to decide where it is that we need to cut things off in order to lighten the load for us to grow. We have this very awkward interaction where there is a certain sense of us that needs to stand still, needs to sort out the details, needs to think of all the different variables and consequences that would come along with them. And of course, the Jupiter energy just expanding us, just kind of pushing us to go ahead, put ourselves out there, start creating new opportunities for ourselves. But we are just in a choice point of energy right now where we really can't take the action, but we do have to do some serious contemplation about the actions in which we are wanting to take. The moon interacts with Chiron shortly after because, of course, Jupiter and Chiron, both in this Aries energy, sitting very close together, preparing for their conjunction on the 12th. And Chiron's energy, being the wounded healer, is likely going to bring up a lot of self-esteem issues, a lot of self-confidence issues, a lot of questioning who it is that we are, who it is that we've been, who it is that we desire to be. Again, we have the wisdom, the knowledge, the resources in us in order to heal said wounds, but this moon in Virgo energy needs to do a deep dive in our psyche in order to understand the perspectives, the understanding, the perceptions that we have about ourselves. The moon will be interacting with Pluto, the great transformer himself, likely bringing up a lot of those negative thoughts, those negative dialogues, those darker emotions. Not to paralyze us, but to remind us that we've been through some stuff, that we will be able to handle anything that is thrown at us. And because Virgo energy does a deep dive in the psyche and Pluto is all about the psyche, we are definitely moving inward, really kind of unearthing some seeds that have been planted many moons ago that, of course, are now creating blockages on where it is that we're able to boss up, to take control over our lives, to take our power back. This is highly suggestive that there's a major emotional and mental transformation taking place, which is a great thing under this full moon, because a lot of the darker topics and themes need to be realized in order for there to be a releasing point. The moon will trine Uranus. The Virgo energy is an earth energy. The Taurus energy that Uranus is an earth energy. We got some earth on earth action here, and this is doing a total dissection of where it is that we're at in our physical lives, our routines, our relationships, our money matters. This Uranian energy brings a blast, a change, a shift, an epiphany, an aha moment on what needs to change. The moon in Virgo, easily able to analyze and dissect what needs to stay, what needs to go, what we have to do to lighten the load in order for us to create a new reality that is more loving, safe, secure, stable in our physical realms. 7:41 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do have the peak full moon energy, the moon, of course, in Virgo energy, sitting across from the sun in Pisces energy. The moon in Virgo, the sun in Pisces, they sit across from each other in the zodiac wheel. There is an illumination of where it is that we're coming from, where it is that we want to go, and what we're left with is this present moment where we need to balance the topics, the themes, the narratives, the dialogues, the circumstances in our lives, where we need to shed, release, let go of some particular narratives, thoughts, ideas, topics, themes, in order for us to actually heal and transform ourselves moving forward. The sun, again, in Pisces energy, shining a bright light on our dreams, on the creative energies coming in, on what it is that we want to create, where we want to start fresh from here. But of course, we have a lot of mental baggage. That Virgo energy needs to move into that mental plane, dissect that mental baggage, see what it is that we can put down, see what it is that we can unpack in order for us to actually move forward. Again, please take a listen to the March energy forecast, to the detailed full moon in Virgo, to understand where these energies are asking for balance. 8:35 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have Saturn moving into Pisces energy. This is just a monumental day. This is definitely going to be felt on many different levels. Go ahead, take a listen to the astro forecast for this particular event so that you can see how it is that we are making this very, very interesting transition and what this Pisces energy is going to mean for us for the next 2.5 to 3 years. The moon goes ahead, bumps into Venus in not the nicest way. This is providing us with a choice point, with a decision point. And Venus, of course, the goddess of love, beauty, worth, pleasure, money, in Aries energy, her brand new, fresh, clean slate and cycle, she's really trying to be a little bit more blunt, a little bit more straightforward, a little bit more direct in identifying what it is or who it is that makes her happy, what and who brings her joy, pleasure, safety, security, and of course, cutting away the things that aren't measuring up and being a little bit more focused on going after what it is that we want, what it is we need, what it is we deserve, what it is that we desire. The moon in Virgo will go ahead and bump into the true node. The true node is our soul path, our destiny point, really trying to get us on the right path in order for us to reach our soul's highest potential. But this isn't the most supportive interaction, which means that we're still kind of questioning what the right path is. Of course, we have many opportunities, many choices before us on which avenue we want to take. This moon in Virgo really does need to focus on the details, on all the different variables. We need to almost walk through all the different scenarios and understand what the long-term consequences of each action would actually mean for us. The good thing is that the moon in Virgo is the problem solver. We're able to do a deep dive in the smaller details of our lives and really provide us with an opportunity to see where it is that we can possibly make some better choices, some better options for us to strategically start making plans to move forward. The moon will square off, create a tension point, create some conflict with Mars. Mars is the god of war, ruling over our physical energy, our drive, our passion, our desire. He is in Gemini energy, very split, very divided in the mental plane, contemplating the two different paths, decisions, directions, choices. And what we get here is Mars's impulsivity. We want to take action. We want to move ahead. There's a rush energy, an urgency coming from Mars. However, the moon in Virgo, very slow, very steady. It is an earth energy, very focused on kind of sorting out the finer details before we go ahead and make moves. We are very much struggling with this particular aspect because there is this pause and preparatory energy coming from the moon in Virgo, while there is a foot on the gas, looking to charge ahead, coming from Mars. And of course, we are very conflicted. We don't know what to do. We don't know how to direct our energy. And under a full moon, we shouldn't be making big moves and taking big actions anyways. So that is a restlessness and agitation, a frustration that we are going to have to kind of sit with. The last aspect that we have here today is the moon in Virgo, sitting across from, directly opposing Neptune, who is in its place of power in Pisces energy. This opposition is going to really highlight where it is that we're kind of too stuck in our physical realms, too stuck and hook up on the details, where we're kind of allowing our current circumstances and our past experiences to dictate what is possible for us. Neptune, being in this Pisces energy, is asking for us to open our minds and let a little bit of the universal magic in, to really kind of see where and what the possibilities are when we stop blocking ourselves with the logic and practicality that, of course, comes from the moon being in Virgo energy. We have to believe in magic. We have to believe that we can break free of our old situations and circumstances in order to create something new. We have to lean into our dreams. We have to lean into our imagination, because this current reality needs a little bit of spark, needs a little bit of magic, needs a little bit of hope, dreams, and wishes in order for us to really bypass that logical, practical, very narrow vision realm of where it is that we're going, and just infuse it with a little bit of hype, a little bit of excitement, when we trust our higher selves, trust the process of the universe, and open our heart, open our head to the magic that is about to take place with all of these particular energies shifting in a brand new clean slate, a brand new chapter, a brand new astrological calendar.